Cha-cha-cha. 7 minutes after the hour of 3 o'clock. Welcome in. Welcome. It's a Wednesday, March the 29th, 1989. And yes, indeed, I am the magnificent Lassiter with you until 6, unless I decide to go home earlier. Or perhaps maybe I'll want to stay here longer. You just never know. You'll have to stick around and find out for sure what is going to happen. We are going to continue today with our blood drive. Yes, we started our blood drive yesterday, and we will continue with it today, as well as tomorrow, as well as Friday. And we may just go with it on into infinity, or is that eternity? Now, one of those things. We may continue with it. Now, you have to be very careful with what you say on the radio, because there are people who while they think that they are listening, are not listening. And already, I'm sure that somewhere out in Luth and possibly somewhere along, Gulfport, there are people who are already getting into the car. Come on, Martha. Lassiter's having a blood drive. We have to go down and give. No. It's not that kind of a blood drive. This is a new blood drive. Yes, yesterday, if you weren't with us, we flipped our little lids. We threw a hissy fit, stomped our feet, sucked on our thumb, and said, no more of these tired old callers. It seems to us, that's the royal us, it seems to us that for some strange reason in the last month, 2 or 3, difficult to put your finger on it, but for some strange reason the caller base has shrunk down to a pathetic few. Most of them are nice people. Some of them aren't. Most of them are nice people. But, 2-3 times a day? Every day? No. So yesterday we said only people who had never called a radio station before could call. And that's what we dealt with yesterday. 3 hours. Seems sometimes like 3 people, but 3 hours of people who had never called a radio station before, and it was new blood. And I walked out of here invigorated, and Michael walked out of here invigorated, and Ted Webb was, and so we continue the blood drive today. However, today we narrow the focus. That's right, today only people 25 years of age and under may call the program. There is a reason, again, to the madness. In essence, I have what in the old days would have been referred to as a poll. Oh, God, no, he's not going to do another poll. No. Today we refer to it as a list of questions. Is there, Michael is flabbergasted. Is there no end to the number of different ways that this man can say?
No shame.
What do you mean, no shame? It's a list of questions.
Oh, it's a poll.
It's a list of questions.
Not a sense of not a sense of the audience?
No, it's not a sense of the audience. It's just a list of questions for people 25. I mean, these are
not brain picking?
It's not even brain. We haven't done brain picking. We'll be doing that tomorrow. It's just a list of. I forgot all about it. Thank you. Write that down on my calendar for me, please. It's a list of questions. Actually, I have 20 questions. I'm only going to be asking 2 or 3 of each caller, but the focus is being narrowed down to people 25 years of age and under. Nobody over 25 may call. As a matter of fact, we may even take it further. We may make it people 25 years of age with brown hair and green eyes. Or 25 years of age and under with brown hair, green eyes, and from Michigan. But we may not do that. I think we'll probably just keep it 25 years of age and under. Just a list of questions. The questions will rotate with each caller. Basically, what it boils down to is I just want to see if you and I live in the same world. If you and I would view things quite the same way. There are no right answers, no wrong answers, just answers. So let me give you the telephone numbers. If you're 25 years of age or younger. 461-9352 in Pinellas. That's a 4, a 6, a 1, a 9, a 3, a 5, and a 2. In Hillsborough, 990-9352, 990 WFLA. I once remember, this is how this market has changed. I once remember the infamous Jack Ellery sitting behind this very microphone one afternoon who said he was going to do a show with young people, and he asked for callers of 45 years of age and under. Times have changed. They've changed an awful lot. 990-9352 in Hillsborough, 461-9352 in Pinellas. 12 minutes after the hour of 3 o'clock. When we come back, it'll be people 25 years of age and under with one leg shorter than the other, brown hair, green eyes, from Michigan who eat cheese.
Not long ago, us three-toed rustlers was roped.
How many children do you hope to have?
3 at the most.
3 at the most. And the last one, kind of a difficult question, but I'll give it all 4 or 5 seconds of thought if you would. Which living American do you admire the most?
That's a hard one. Let's see.
Yeah, I know.
Well, Andrew Wyeth, I'd have to say.
Andrew Wyeth. Okay, how come?
Because I'm an artist, and he is someone that I've admired for years and years, and someone that I think in his paintings puts, everything that's American in them, I guess.
I like the answer. I thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Lassiter.
You don't have to call me Mr. Lassiter. Jeez. Why do they do that? Especially the young ones. Pinellas, 461-9352, 461-WFLA, one line open there, and in Hillsborough, one line open, 990-9352-990-WFLA. Tampa. Hi, Tampa, you're on the air.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah. How old are you?
24.
24. How many extramarital affairs do you think you'll have in your lifetime?
None.
None. You're sure of that?
Well, I plan on it that way.
Okay. How come you're so strong about that, so sure about that?
Well, I'm a definite family person. I think that's the most important thing there is. I think that's one of the answers to problems in America.
Okay, then you'll probably love this next question. Do you know what a wet willy contest is?
A wet willy?
Uh-huh.
That's where you lick your finger and stick it in somebody's ear?
No, not quite. It's where the boys come up on a stage in a bar and like their white cotton briefs and they pour water down the front of them.
I was close.
Well, I guess, at least maybe after the contest. It's kind of like the boys' version of the wet T-shirt contest. Okay, so now we know what a wet willy contest is. Of the following, which is the immoral act? A wet willy contest in a bar or flirting with a married woman at the office?
Both.
No, of the following, which is the most immoral?
The most?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's difficult. It's hard to say most. I think once you get into a category, they're all pretty even.
Yeah, but you got to choose one.
I have to choose one.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to hold a gun to your head.
It'd be the flirting with the married woman.
Flirting with a married woman. Okay, and the last question. What was President Eisenhower most famous for?
President Eisenhower?
Yeah.
Most famous for his guiding the Normandy invasion and the defeat of the Germans, World War II. Am I right?
Yep. There are lots of answers, but that's definitely one of them. I thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take care. 990-9352 in Hillsborough, 461-9352 in Pinellas. It is it's a blood drive today. Looking for new blood, and in this particular case, people 25 years of age and under.
Not long ago, us three...
Basically positive or negative, positive, negative on these 5 different things, okay?
Okay.
The Equal Rights Amendment.
Positive.
Affirmative action.
Positive.
Minimum wage.
Negative.
And the Contras.
Negative.
And the last one, the Strategic Defense Initiative, SDI.
SDI?
Uh-huh.
Positive.
Okay. How much money does it take to be rich?
How much?
Yeah.
Oh, let's say $1 million a year.
$1 million a year?
Right.
Well, how much money would you actually have to have in the bank before you could sit back and say, I am rich?
Okay, Bob, let's see, perhaps 50,000.
50 grand, you'd say, I am rich. Are you a liberal, a conservative, or somebody who would consider himself middle of the road?
Let's say in that middle of the road, Bob, because,
Why?
you got to take it as it comes.
Well, what's that mean?
What does it mean?
Yeah.
Well, liberals seem to be more towards, like bleeding hearts, and conservative might be too conservative. So you got to take it in the middle, I say.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Bob, it's been a pleasure.
Be good.
Okay.
990-9352 in Hillsborough, one line open. Pinellas, people jerking around there, lots of them available. 461-9352, 461-WFLA. Clear, water, hi, Clear, you're on the air.
Hello, Mr. Lassiter.
Hi, how old are you?
21?
21. Do you go to church regularly?
No, sir.
Why not?
Just don't believe in church. A lot of hypocrisy there.
About God?
No, just about people.
You do believe in God?
I do believe in God. I don't believe in the people that go to church to believe in God.
There are an awful lot of churches that aren't that wild and woolly.
Well, the churches I've been to have been. I'm a little gun shy on church right now.
Any possibility that you're just being lazy here?
Could be.
If you could only watch one television show amongst the three that I'm about to read to you, which one would it be? Masterpiece Theater, Alf, or Entertainment Tonight?
It'd have to be Alf. Definitely Alf.
Have to be Alf. What was President Truman most famous for?
President Truman. He led the forces in Korea, I believe, from 1952 on.
Okay, I thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I got a question for you, Bob.
Oh, yeah, what's that?
Why do you do this?
Why do I do what?
Why do you do this new blood thing? What about the old blood that likes to call you a lot?
I don't like the old blood. Simple as that. Yeah. We'll give them a moment to get back to the radio. You assholes, you people are making me so rich I can't see straight. Largo, whoops, you are on the air there, Larg. Mike, I unfortunately have Largo on line B. Mike, I have Largo on line B, unfortunately. Okay, Largo, you still there? Hello, Largo. I guess not. I must have messed that up. Such is life. Off we go now to Clearwater. Make it Tampa. Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
Oh, pretty good. How's it going with you?
Pretty good.
Which woman do you most admire?
Alive or dead, or does it matter?
Preferably alive.
Oh, a woman.
Yeah.
There's so many. I don't know what her last name was. Her name was Jane. She was with the Gorillas.
Which Gorillas?
You know, Sigourney Weaver just made a movie about her.
Oh,
You know,
Jane Goodall.
Huh?
Jane Goodall, I believe, is what you're referring to. Okay. Okay, when you said the Gorillas, I wasn't certain if it's Tom Cruise or, the Symbionese Liberation Army.
No,
Well, you must understand, I come from a different generation. When you say gorillas, you tend to think in terms of politics.
Yeah, I just saw a National Geographic, thing about her, and that's what she just came to mind.
Why do you think some people are gay?
I don't think they're born that way. I just think maybe something happens to them when they're younger, and they.
Do you think it's a conscious decision?
Yeah, I don't think anybody could be born that way.
How old is old? How old do you have to be before, in your eyes, at your age right now, you would consider somebody to be old?
In their 80s.
Okay. In that case, let me ask you one more question here.
Okay.
At what age do you become an adult?
Well, legally 18, but everybody, some people can be, 25 and still be mentally.
Then if you had to pick a number out of the air, forget the legal age, but in just your opinion, if you had to pick this arbitrary number and say, well, okay, at that point, most people are genuinely adult, what age is that going to be?
30.
30. Interesting. That's, by the way, I would agree with that number. That's when I thought I became one. I thank you very much. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
One line available in Hillsborough, 990-9352, 990-WFLA. Bradenton. Hi, Bradenton. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Good afternoon, Robert.
Afternoon, sir. How old are you?
I will be 25 July 20th.
25 July the 20th. Of the two, which is worse? Stepping on the flag or cheating on your income taxes?
Stepping on the flag.
Stepping on the flag, by far the worst. Why?
The IRS works beyond the realms of the rest of us. It has nothing to do with the United States government as far as I'm concerned.
Well, you're the United States government, and paying your taxes is in essence paying your freight.
And I do pay my taxes.
Okay, which would do the most good for the country, banning handguns or banning the American Communist Party?
I don't think either one of them.
Yeah, but of the two, which would do the most good?
Banning handguns.
Okay. Have you ever tried cocaine?
Yes.
Enjoy it?
No, to tell you the truth, it was a waste of time for me.
Still do any kind of drugs?
No, none, zero.
Last question. Takes a lot of guts. I appreciate that. Tell me about your secret ambition. What you'd really like to do. You know, your secret fantasy.
I'd love to play center field for the Chicago Cubs.
Center field for the show. I'd love to pitch for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Well, there you go, but that's not going to happen anymore.
Well, I don't know. My arm's not that bad, and I still have that sore shoulder, but...
I played AAA baseball, and I'll tell you, these guys are pretty good that play.
Well, I mean, I just know that at some point my team is going to come to their senses, and they're going to call me one of these springs and say, you know, Lassiter, please forgive us for not having asked sooner, but it'll happen.
Bob, if you couldn't make the Phillies, you aren't going to make any team.
Oh, that was a low blow. That was a low blow.
You go from the left side?
I mean, come on. The Chubs ain't doing a hell of a lot better this season.
No, but there's one thing that they can always say: they're ahead of the Phillies.
Well, they do have a better announcer. He's kind of like Harry.
You're exactly right.
Harry's almost made me a Chubs fan.
Who do you have, Callis, and who else?
I don't really know, to tell you the truth, anymore. It's been so long since I've been in Philadelphia to hear a baseball game. I genuinely have no idea.
I think it was Charlie Callis and somebody else, because I was through Philly a couple of years ago. I'm trying to remember.
Well, I'm sure you don't mean the Charlie Callis, the guy that has the rubbery face, the old comedian.
Yeah.
You do?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Robert.
Take care. Insults my Phillies. Unbelievable subhuman fan. 990-9352 in Hillsborough, 461-9352 in Pinellas. Newport Richie. New, you're on the air at 970 WFLA. Hello,
Bob.
Newport Richie.
Yeah, Bob?
Yes.
Okay, I wasn't sure I was getting through here. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How old are you?
I'm 22 years old.
How much money do you think you'll make in any 1 year of your life? The most in any 1 year of your life?
Gosh, it's tough to say. I'm going to college right now because I'm not making a lot as it is.
Well, when you sit back and you dream and you hope and you plan and you scheme, and of course we're going to make this in $1989. What do you think is going to be the biggest earning year you'll ever have?
Well, I'm planning on being a teacher, so I'd say it would probably never get much past, like mid-30s. And that's, if you got to be a principal or something, that takes years.
How much, or let me rephrase this, how many times do you think you're going to be married in your lifetime?
Well, I'm married now, and I don't really want to marry again. I'd just as soon stay as is.
How many extramarital affairs do you think you'll have in your lifetime?
I don't think any. My parents did a lot of that, and at least my father did, and I learned a lot just from seeing it. I don't think I'd ever do anything like that.
Last question. How many children do you hope to have?
2. I got one due next month, and I think we're going to go one more in a couple of years.
Okay, now, we've only asked 2 people this series of questions, but astonishingly, both said roughly the same amount of money, which is basically, well, I think the young woman said somewhere around 20, and you said in your mid-30s. You average those 2 together, and that's about the average wage in this country for households. How many times do you think you'll be married? Both of you said once, even though statistically that's pie in the sky. How many extramarital affairs do you think you'll have? You both said none. I mean, talk about pie in the sky statistically. How many children do you hope to have? You said 2, she said 3. That averages right out to that good old, 2.7 or whatever it is. Think people are pulling my leg on these answers? Or is your generation that much more moralistic, especially on that how many times you got to be married?
Living American, do I most admire? Can I give you one I admire? It doesn't have to be the one I most admire.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
I don't know why you wouldn't want to give me the one that you most admire.
Well, because off the top of my head, I really don't know.
I see.
There's a few I admire.
You're holding out on me here in reserve.
I admire Lee Iacocca. I admire, people in the music industry. So it ranges.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Why would you admire Iacocca?
I admire him for some of the work he's done, bringing back a company, bringing back pride to a company to a certain extent. Nobody's perfect and can do the job without, somebody getting cut here or there.
This is the guy that sold cars with altered speedometers. Don't you remember that last year?
Yeah, like I say, nobody's perfect and people make mistakes. But, as far as a businessman and, like I say, nobody's perfect, and I don't think you're going to find somebody out there in that field or that status that hasn't done something that, he regrets or et cetera, et cetera.
Well, speaking of regrets and imperfection, of the following, which is the immoral act? Granted, I'm holding a gun to your head. You got to choose one or the other.
Okay.
A wet willy contest in a bar, flirting with a married woman at the office. Which is the immoral act?
A wet willy contest?
Yeah, it is. Do you know what a wet willy contest is?
Not exactly.
It's kind of like the boys' equivalent of the wet T-shirt. The boys get up there with their white cotton briefs and they pour water over the front of them. And then the girls stand out in front and go, and vote for one or the other like the boys do for the...
What's more immoral, that or flirting with a wife?
Yep, flirting with a married woman.
Flirting with a married woman.
Flirting with a married woman, showing your wet willy aim. What was President Eisenhower most famous for?
Eisenhower was a famous war hero.
And that's what he was most famous for?
Yeah, that's what he was most famous for.
Okay.
That's what, comes to mind when I...
Are you happy with the times that you live in? Do you think you might have been happier living in some other period?
I'm very happy with the times I live in, although I often think like I'm sure most other people do, they would like to have been in another period. But every period has its heartaches and hardships and...
Yeah, but can you think of another period where the world was so raped, so stripped, left in such
I can't think of another
physical condition?
Well, I'm sure there were many periods that the world was like it, but that we weren't as aware of it. How's that?
And how about the incredible financial burden that you are going to inherit? You got to pay it off,
Oh, I know it, and that's again.
That's dead.
That's something that's going to be around for a long, long time.
And you're looking forward to this kind of a burden?
Well, there's nothing that I can do to avoid it right now. All I can do is do my best to help the situation. I can't run from it. I can't, it's there and you have to deal with it.
What do you think you can personally do?
What do I think I can personally do?
Yeah, if anything.
Hopefully make the economy stronger by being successful in my own business, by me being successful, enabling other people to be successful. Through either job...
Wait a second. Let me see if I have this right. You can help the world by getting rich?
I can... In other words, the better off I become, the more I'm able to help other people. Yeah.
I thank you very much. I appreciate it. Be good. 2 lines open, 1 in each county, 990-9352 in Hillsborough, 461-9352 in Pinellas. However, if you're just more or less joining us, there is a proviso today. You must be 25 years of age or younger as we continue our blood drive here at the radio station, looking for new blood. The old blood needs a rest. Some of that old blood needs to rest until the late 1990s. Some of it just for a couple of more days. It all depends on whether we're talking about chronic old blood, regular old blood, or, what other kinds of old blood do you have. Let me tell you about the Grand Prix Car Wash. The old blood of the Grand Prix Car Wash, that's for sure. You see, the General Motors products are permitted to take part in the show today. Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Hey, see, it's kind of a dumb question, isn't it? You see? You people do this to me all the time, but now you come on the air and I ask you how you're doing, and you feel kind of dumb, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm 25.
Let me go through this 5-parter with you, the one where I ask you to respond positive or negatively, your immediate initial reactions to the following terms. Equal Rights Amendment.
Negative.
Affirmative action.
Negative.
Minimum wage.
My thoughts on that are negative also.
The Contras.
Negative also.
And the Strategic Defense Initiative.
That's negative also.
You are such a negative person. Would you like to fill in for me when I'm away on vacation, man?
Well, you said the first
biggest
thing
grump around.
Yes, sir.
How much money does it take to be rich? How much money do you have to have in the bank before you can sit back and say, hey, I am rich? Woo!
Well, those other people were saying 50,000, but sit back and say, I'd say 1 million.
$1 million.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Liberal, conservative, or middle of the road? How do you describe yourself?
I tend to be more liberal than conservative.
More liberal than conservative, yet you're against the ERA, affirmative action, the minimum wage.
Yeah, that's why I say I'm liberal in some things, but you can go through that list and you can find negative things about everything in them.
Why do you think you're more liberal, and were you liberal a year ago?
Well, I consider myself more of a Democrat than a Republican.
Mm-hmm.
And you always associate conservatism with Republicans.
Have you pretty much been that way for the last couple of years, or is there something new coming on with you?
Well, probably since I've been listening to you, because my thoughts have changed a lot.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Oh, yes, sir. Well, you don't really shape my views, but I have changed some of my thoughts, after I've listened to you and heard your thoughts on the matter.
I thank you much for the call and for the words.
All right, Bob.
Be good.
Enjoy the show.
Thanks. Line open. It's in Hillsboro, 990-9352. Brandon. Hi, Brandon. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hi, Bob.
Hi. How old are you?
21, almost 22.
21, almost 22. Okay.
I say by now it makes a difference.
Well, in a year or so, you'll stop saying things like that. Do you go to church?
No. I used to when I was younger, but not now.
Why'd you stop?
Well, a number of things. Drugs, alcohol, stuff like that. I went till I was about 14 years old, and then I kind of got in with the wrong crowd.
You still own that wrong crowd?
No. I'm now settled down and got my feet on the ground, starting a new business, and all that's going to do is mess my life up, so I stay away from it.
What was it that convinced you were running with the wrong crowd?
Being a cocaine addict.
Okay. If you could only watch one of the following 3 television shows, which would it be? Masterpiece Theater, Alf, or Entertainment Tonight?
Alf.
Alf?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you normally watch Alf?
Yeah, all the time.
Do you know, I've never seen it. I don't really know what it's about.
Oh, it's a great show. You ought to watch it.
Oh, God, it's a good thing Stereo doesn't have false teeth. They would have fallen out. I mean, his mouth, I have never seen his mouth that big. No, Michael, I've never seen the show. Unreal.
It's a funny show.
What was President Truman most famous for?
Oh, probably, best I can remember from high school, I believe he came up with a thing called the Truman Doctrine. I could be wrong, but that's all I can remember.
The Truman Doctrine. What do you think that was about?
Bob, I really don't remember.
Okay, and the last question. Give me the name of the woman that you most admire.
The woman that I most admire?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's easy.
Aside from Mom.
Besides my mom?
Right.
Oh, bummer. Now you made it a little harder.
We're going to assume that most people are going to most admire Mom. Hopefully.
The woman I most admire.
No, I could toss out some names there, like Nancy Reagan, Liz Richards, Cheryl Brown, Mother Teresa.
I would probably have to say Cheryl Teagues.
Cheryl Teagues?
Yeah, the cover girl model.
Right. Why do you most admire her?
Well, because I saw a show a couple weeks ago that kind of showed how she grew up and what she grew up in and how she turned her little hometown life into a multi-million-dollar...
She was a real fatso, wasn't she, at one time, if memory serves
she was.
me right?
She was extremely heavy for the way she
a couple of times, actually, I think. She was fat when she was young. She lost it all, started her modeling career, and then became fat again, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And now she's making many, many millions of dollars a year. So I guess I'd have to say, given this much time to think about it, that's who I'd say.
I thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Take care. One line available. It's in Hillsboro, 990-9352. Tampa. Hi, Tampa. You're on the air at 970 WFLA. Oh, Tampa just chickened out, Michael. Did you hear that? Or no, that was my fault. I have the wrong line. Okay, Tampa didn't chicken out. Now, Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine when I push the right buttons.
All right. Well, I am under 25. I'm 20. As a matter of fact, I'll be 21 next month.
Okay. Why are some people gay?
Why?
Yeah.
I wish I knew. It's a rather frightening concept to me. I don't know, actually. I'm not sure if hereditary is the correct word. I believe, though, that it is an inborn trait. The more that I see of it, I'm moving away from the gays are made, not born kind of thing.
But what about those people, and I know one is probably more common than the other, what about those people who have led heterosexual lives, well into their 30s and 40s without any real homosexual encounters who suddenly then decide that they're gay? And what about those people who have led homosexual lives for a number of years and then suddenly become quote-unquote cured?
What do you mean? Well, what is your question? I mean,
well, I'm asking you, if it's hereditary, how can we have those people that I just spoke of, or are those people just kidding themselves?
My personal observation would be that those particular people are very weak personalities, not quite sure what they want to be.
Interesting answer. The next question I want to ask you, give me your honest answer, not one that you think people want to hear, okay? How old is old?
Honest to God, old?
Yeah, and give me your honest answer, not what you think
over the hill old, is that what you mean?
Yeah, over the hill old.
Well, at my present age, I guess I'd have to say right around 35. Hey, what do you want? I'm only 20. 35's a long way off, man.
Of the two, which is worse? Stepping on the flag or not paying your income taxes, cheating on your taxes?
I didn't hear the first one.
Of the two, stepping on the flag or cheating on your income taxes, which is worse?
Oh, I don't know. That's rough to say. I've been cheating on my income tax for about 3 years. Actually, though, I probably have to say cheating on your income tax.
Thank you very much, my young friend.
Hey, wait a minute. Listen to this. I got my brother here who is also under 25. I'm on his car phone here. We're driving around. You want to talk to him?
I'd love to, but unfortunately I can't because I'm right up against a break.
Oh, all right.
But I appreciate it.
Sure.
Take care. Dunedin, Dunn, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hello, Bob.
Hi there, Dunn. How old are you?
I'm 24.
24. I love it. Do you like being 24, by the way?
Yes, I do. And by the way, I'm new blood.
New blood. I hope so. Is there any other age you'd rather be than 24?
Yeah.
What?
Probably mid-30s.
Why? What do you think's so good about being mid-30s?
Excuse me?
What do you think's so good about being in your mid-30s?
Because then you've overcome all the obstacles of adolescent to mid-30.
Yeah, but your legs start giving out on you, and your eyes start going, and the teeth start falling out, and things start sagging that didn't used to sag before. And
this is true. It's already happening.
Yeah, I know. It does happen. You ready?
Yes.
Let's see. Which would be better for the country? Which would do the most good for the country? Banning the American Communist Party or banning handguns?
Worse for the country?
Best.
Mm-hmm. I'd say handguns.
Get rid of the handguns. Keep the commies. Have you ever tried cocaine?
Yes, I have.
Still use it?
No, I don't.
Why?
I didn't like the effect it did to me.
Okay.
And to others.
Tell me about your most secret ambition, which you'd really, being a movie star or president or whatever it might be.
An artiste.
An artiste?
Yes.
What kind of artist would you like to be?
Freelance and sculpture and probably sketching.
Oh my goodness, you're still a baby. Why aren't you an artist?
I guess I don't got enough ambition.
Okay, but you're basically satisfied with life.
Yeah, I'm basically satisfied.
Okay. I thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
One line open. It's in Pinellas, 461-9352, 461 WFLA. Hi, Tampa. You're on the air.
Hey, how's it going, Bob?
Oh, how's it going
sorry,
with you?
Sorry.
No. Come on, this is a blood drive, I mean, you guys are at a blood drive. You're allowed certain things.
Oh, okay.
How much money do you think you'll ever make in 1 year? What do you think your top earning year will be?
In today's dollars?
Yeah.
I'd like to get up around 80 grand.
Up around 80 grand. Okay. Is that realistic?
I think so.
What makes you think it's realistic?
Well, I know of a guy where I'm from Buffalo, and I know a guy where I moved down from who was doing the same thing I'd like to do and is making over 100.
Well, if you're from Buffalo and you want to make big bucks, I thought you stayed at home and, did driveways.
Oh, I'm just here for school.
Just here for school. Okay, you are going back home and doing driveways then.
Not doing driveways, no.
How many times do you think you'll be married in your life?
It's hard to say. I hope one.
Hope one. Think it's possible there would be more than one, though?
It's always possible. Anything's possible.
Okay. How many extramarital affairs do you think you'll have in your lifetime?
I got to be good to my girlfriend and say none.
None. Okay. Last but certainly not least, how many children do you hope you'll have?
2.
2.
2.
Okay. You want to go back home when you get out of school, or you want to stick around here or go someplace else?
Somewhere in the Northeast. Maybe Buffalo, maybe not.
Somewhere in the Northeast. Why do you want to go back to the Northeast?
I love the change of seasons. I love the snow.
Mm-hmm. And, change of seasons in Buffalo. Let's see. In Buffalo, we have
8 months of winter and 4 months of bad weather. That's right.
Right. Okay. And that's what you want to go back to. Okay. I can dig that.
Yeah.
You like kind of the excitement and the surprise of waking up and turning on the Today Show and then having them say it's a nice clear day, not a cloud in sight anywhere around Buffalo, and then bam, off the lake comes 4 feet of snow.
Yeah, I like it. I like the change.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I thank you much, my young friend.
Thank you.
Take care. 80 grand. Lots of luck. 990-9352 is the number. There's one line open. It's in Hillsborough. Largo,
Hey.
on the air. Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Yourself?
Pretty good.
How old are you?
25.
25. I used to be 25 once.
Yeah, I heard.
Which living American do you most admire?
President Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan. How come?
Well, in the past 3 or 4 or 5 years, I haven't seen him do anything that majorly bad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just seems like everything in my field of business has prospered.
May I ask what your field of business is?
Believe it or not, I'm in the construction business.
In the construction business. Okay, obviously in residential, huh?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Of the following, which is the immoral act? Only one of these can be immoral. A wet willy contest in a bar, or flirting with a married woman at the office. Which one's worse?
Which one's worse?
Yep.
Wet willy.
The wet willy contest. Shaking that willy around there. What was President Eisenhower most famous for?
50-cent piece.
The 50-cent piece.
And I think he had something to do with Korea, if I'm not mistaken.
Something to do with Korea. Okay.
Yeah.
Very briefly, positive, negative on these following 5 items. Tell me whether you just feel positive or negative about them. The Equal Rights Amendment.
I'm negative.
Affirmative action.
Negative.
Minimum wage.
Negative. Don't believe it should be raised or lowered.
The Contras.
I'm positive.
And SDI.
I'm positive.
I thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
What an incredible hour. There was only one of them that I was ashamed of.
News Radio 970 WFLA.
Well, welcome back here, fun seekers. 11 and a half minutes after the hour of 4 o'clock. It is a Wednesday, March 29th, 1989. It's one of Michael's big days. It's the first day, if I'm not mistaken, Michael, of the festival of bands or something like that in St. Petersburg, the high school marching thing that they do. Whoa, he gets real touchy when you talk about that. Michael is apparently a very, very big high school marching band fan. But I noticed this morning in my St. Petersburg Times, 27,000 pages of special printing for the Festival of the States or whatever what do they call it over there?
Festival of States.
Festival of
27,000 pages, and he still doesn't have the name of it right.
Well, that's because I'm sorry. Every person who
he knows all about Gasparilla Day.
Ellis County was covered in that little souvenir section. I mean, if I was down here from Minnesota, I think I would really be thrilled about taking home ads from optometrists in downtown St. Petersburg back to Minnesota with me, along with my memories of the Oshkosh Junior High School marching band. But nonetheless, this is our blood drive here at the radio station. We are doing our annual blood drive. You don't have to roll up your sleeve to take part in the blood drive, because what we're talking about is new blood. New blood. We're trying to expand, if you will, the caller base here by getting people used to calling the radio station. And one of the best ways we know of to do that is to keep the old blood the hell away from the place for a few days. Get lost, would you, old blood? Just for a few days. Give some other people a chance. And then we decided, what the hell, we'll have a little extra fun and even narrow the focus somewhat by today, just for today, talking to people 25 years of age and younger. who have never called the radio station before. Brandon, hi, you're on the air at 970 WFLA. How you doing, Brandon?
Fine, hi.
Hi. How old are you?
16.
16. I usually say cute little things like I was 16 once, but I don't think I ever was. I believe I went directly from 9 to 40 and skipped everything in between. You ready?
Yes.
Which do you think would do the most good for this country if we banned all handguns or banned the American Communist Party?
I think it'd be better if we banned all handguns because, I mean, too many little kids are getting hurt nowadays, and I just feel that all guns are just awful. I mean, if we didn't have them, I know, like little kids that get into them and then they shoot each other in the head and they're dead. And it's like, I feel that if we didn't have them anymore, everything would be better.
I won't ask for any details. Just very briefly, yes or no. Have you ever tried cocaine?
No.
Okay. Have you ever been asked to?
No. But people just think of me when I say that. They go, yeah, right.
What kind of actress? Stage, screen, what?
Screen.
Screen actress. How are you going to go about doing that? Do you have any idea?
Well, I'm in drama right now at my school, and I like it a lot. And I'm determined that one day I'm going to be up there on the screen. And
How many years do you think it might take you to pull that off? Do you have any idea on that?
No, not really, because I feel that a lot of young actors come into this, but then they've been working ever since they were like 5 and 6 doing commercials. But if I work long and hard at it, I think I'll be an actress.
Well, it's really... Let me tell you a little story. I don't know if this is going to help you or hurt you or what, but I used to live in Norfolk, Virginia, which for the purposes of the people who never lived there is Norfolk, Virginia. And I hung around when I was there with an awful lot of people who were into theater, a lot of good, young, talented people. And, probably 2 or 3 dozen. Drama students. I met these people doing a lot of little theater in Norfolk. And they became very good, close friends of mine. And some of these people were very talented. Some of them weren't. Another guy. And this guy was the homeliest one. He was the one who appeared to have the least amount of talent. He's the one at the little theater they used to ask to build the set. He never got any parts. He just was a carpenter. And he moved to New York and said, I want to be an actor. When he got out of school, he moved to New York, and he said, I'm going to give myself 7 years. They thought was a reasonable period of time, and for probably the first 6 years and 9 months, for all practical purposes, the young man did nothing but build sets and hang kitchen cabinets and starved on the streets. But he persevered, and now he is actually earning his living in the theater. That's the way he earns his living, with acting and directing. So stick to it. It takes a long time.
Yeah, I will.
And don't let anybody discourage you.
Oh, thanks.
Okay?
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Bye-bye. One line available. It is in Hillsborough County, 990-9352, 990-WFLA. Tampa. Hi, Tampa. You're on the air at 970. Hello, Tampa.
Oh, wrong, Bob. Wrong. It's Valrico.
Oh, Valrico.
Yeah.
What?
Yo, you bozo in there! What the hell did you type up Tampa on the screen for? The man's calling from Valrico!
I really apologize. I will speak very sternly with Michael after the show.
I think you should, Bob.
Okay, how old are you, Val?
24.
24.
Don't call me Val.
How many times?
I'm not from California.
How many times do you think that you're going to be married in your lifetime?
One time, Bob.
One time?
Yep.
How come just once?
What?
How come just once?
I can hardly hear you.
How come just once?
Well, why not, Bob? One time's fine.
How much money do you think you're going to earn in your best year in your lifetime?
Best year, 160, Bob.
160? Why 160?
Well, because it's 80 now, and at least have to double it before I die.
Okay. How many extramarital affairs do you think you're going to have?
Zippo.
Zippo? Why is that?
Why? Going to be married once.
And how many children are you going to have?
4.
4. Why 4 children?
Because that's what I have.
Okay, take care. Val, off it is now to Tampa. Hi, Tampa. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing fine. Yourself?
Oh, just good.
Just good.
Just good.
Just good. You normally do better than good?
Yeah, I have my better days.
And this is not a good day. This is just a good day.
Yeah.
I understand. How old are you?
21.
21. Which living American do you most admire?
Besides my mother,
Yep. Besides Mom.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Why?
He knows how to make it out there.
Well, so did Ivan Boesky.
Yeah.
But Donald Trump it is.
Yeah.
You dream perhaps someday of your own buildings and
Oh, sure.
airlines.
I'd love to have as much as he does.
So would I. Of the following, which is the immoral act? Of the following, a wet willy contest in a bar or flirting with a married woman at the office? Which one's worse?
Wet Willie.
The wet willy contest. You don't want to see those willies shaking around.
Not really.
What was President Eisenhower most famous for?
I like Ike Buttons.
I like Ike Buttons. Okay. You happy living in the times that you live in?
I'm happy. I think, maybe if there was times where there wasn't so much to worry about, it might have been nicer.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever have dreams of dating Gary McHenry?
No.
Most women don't. Thank you. Well, what a coincidence. Sounds like the Gary McHenry song, which means it's time for a fearless WFLA airborne traffic report with our own little fox chaser, Gary McHenry. Hi there, Foxy Chaser.
Hi, Bob.
Hey, Garrow.
Hey, Donald Trump's got nothing on me. I know how to make it out there.
Yes, sir. If anybody knows how to make it, where are you going to be? Where's all the action going to be this weekend, Gar?
Hey, tomorrow morning, Bob. Tomorrow morning, filling in. Gardner and Company. You can see me live and in person.
Right here at the radio station?
Nope.
No, where?
Bob Evans.
At a Bob Evans?
Bob Evans, Nebraska, just south of Fowler. Bob Evans, Big Gare, lots of foxes.
Bob Evans. Okay. Well, go on with the traffic there, Gare.
Well, we have had just a couple of problems in traffic this.
How you doing?
Okay.
How old are you?
19.
19. 19 is a nice age, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
How do you know? You've never been 20.
It's better than 18.
Better than 18? Why? How's it better than 18? 18 I thought was a good year.
Yeah, it was a good year, but just 19's better.
I'm not into nines for numbers. 19, 29, 39. These were all bad years for me.
Oh.
Real bad years. 21 was a bad number, too.
Don't tell me that. I'm looking forward to 21.
Oh, sure. You're 21, and then people can sue you, and just all these horrible things start happening to you. People start expecting you to be responsible for your actions and your words and your deeds. Oh, that's just a lot of fun. To be 21 again. Yeah. Ooey. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let me read down a list of things and ask you to respond to being positive or negative to them.
Okay.
I just understood now why Michael is feeling so grumpy. He just typed up on the screen here that he will be 29 in 3 weeks. Oh, Michael, my condolences. You got a year of hell in front of you. A year of hell. Positive or negative on the Equal Rights Amendment?
Positive.
Affirmative action?
Negative.
The minimum wage?
Negative.
The Contras?
Negative.
And SDI?
Positive.
Positive, okay. How much money does it take to be rich? How much money would you have to have in the bank before you sat back and said, all right?
A lot.
A lot. Well, how much is a lot?
10 million.
10 million?
Yeah.
Somebody earlier said 50,000.
Oh, that's ridiculous. That's what I want to make in a year.
Are you liberal, conservative, or middle of the road?
I'm both. Depends on what the topic
both?
is.
What do you mean? I read 3. You can't be both to 3.
I mean...
You're a little liberal, you're a little conservative.
Right.
So you're basically really middle of the road.
Well, I'm either real liberal or real conservative, depending on what the topic is.
Okay, well, give me an example of what you're real liberal on and what you're real conservative on.
Real conservative on moral issues, real liberal on spending.
Mm-hmm. Moral issues.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me ask you that question about the wet willy contest or the flirting with the married woman at the office. Which one's worse?
Probably flirting with the married woman. Of course, I've never seen a wet willy contest. Maybe if you could tell me where one is.
I doubt very much that they have them around here. You see, this is one of those... The Tampa Bay area is one of those really sexually uptight areas. Yeah, they've got the the TNA places where you go and you drink orange juice and make Joe Redner very wealthy. But beyond that, there really isn't any. I don't think you have wet willy contests around here.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
Well, you know how it is with those redneck boys. You know, they want to look at your gazungas, but they don't want to show you theirs. It's just like it used to be back when you were a kid playing doctor. You know?
All right.
Don't touch mine. Let me touch yours.
I thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Be good. 990-9352 in Hillsborough. 990-WFLA. However, if you're in Pinellas County or just want to spend the extra bucks, 461-9352, 461-WFLA. And yes, the practical joke line still does exist. 1-223-9797. Actually, that 1-223-9797 number today is only for the use of people over the age of 25 who live in Pinellas County and hate me. All of the other lines are available to people under the age of 25. New blood. It's a blood drive here at the radio station, and it will be for the remainder of the week. New blood meaning people who have never called talk radio before. Doing fine.
That's good.
Doing fine. If I could ever get used to, you see that he just gives it back to me cold at 4:35. I just barely got back in the chair in time. How are you doing?
All right. Nice day.
How old are you?
22.
22. Okay. You ready?
I'm ready. I have a question for you first, though.
Okay, what's that?
Can I reverse these questions and ask them back to you?
Well, I suppose.
Or even better, can I ask questions of you afterwards?
I suppose. Sure. Do you go to church regularly?
No, I don't.
Why not?
I'm not a believer in organized religion. I feel that there's a certain element of hypocrisy in it, at least from my experiences within the church. Sitting in a pew when you see a small child start crying and a 67-year-old lady turn to the child, excuse me, and give her that death look. I don't know, there's just something about it that just bothered me.
But you believe in God?
Oh, most definitely.
You believe in the Bible?
Well, I believe in well, I think that the Bible can be misconstrued.
The pick and choose Bible.
No. Yes, that's exactly it. I think that that's what organized religion does, is picks and chooses among what... See, it's very easy to manipulate words so as to allow for whatever deed you want to do. Would you agree with that?
Once or twice. If you could only watch one of the following television shows, which one would it be? Masterpiece Theater, Alf, or Entertainment Tonight?
Tough question. You've limited my choices. I'll say Alf.
Alf. All right, Alf running away with that one. Last one for you. What was President Truman most famous for?
Truman dropped the bomb. That was...
Okay.
That was a rather simple question.
Something he did do. Well, he did a lot of things. You know, there are many possible answers to that.
But the significance of that act has never been lived down. Would you disagree with that?
Has never been lived down? Well, I
don't mean that in a negative sense. That was, I guess, that was.
But what questions did you have for me?
Okay, let me reverse them and ask some questions of you.
Sure.
Who is the current head of government in South Africa?
Who is the current head of government?
Head of the government in South Africa.
Still Mr. Botha.
Right. Who prior to Daniel Ortega's being in power in Nicaragua, who was the leader in Nicaragua?
That would, of course, have been the ousted dictator Somoza.
Right. And what was Andrew Johnson?
You're asking me a news quiz question. You know, I'm asking gut things. But go ahead.
No, you asked questions. So many questions that you've asked. I felt as though were a bit slanted against some of the people.
They're not slanted at all. There aren't any right or wrong answers to any of these questions.
No.
These are basically opinions. You know, how much money does it take to be rich? That's an opinion question.
Right, that's true.
But you obviously want to try to embarrass me if you possibly can about some kind of a news question. So go ahead.
No, that's not my purpose at all. I'm trying to get at the angle at which you're approaching this all from. Okay, so you compile...
Real simple. They're questions that everybody can answer because we're trying to get people trying to get people used to calling the radio station and taking part in a show like this with questions that everybody has the answers to. You know, not trying to embarrass anybody by asking them who's the current leader in South Africa.
I understand that. But by what this is doing, and not just for you, but for every individual
that's listening to the program is it's also developing an attitude about issues that the younger generation has. Would you agree with that? The fact that by what someone said...
I couldn't think of anything less scientific than a radio station poll where people who want to respond call up. It's totally unscientific.
Exactly.
And no one ever suggested that it is scientific.
That says nothing to the fact, though, that in future broadcasts, when in a heated discussion, the point can be brought up by you that you had a radio caller call in.
Give me a break. Give me a break. I mean, if there's some ulterior motive to this, it's so that a nice 49-year-old person can be sitting at home and saying, isn't that cute? The 22-year-old thinks he's only going to be married once in his life and he's never going to have an affair. You know, if there's an ulterior motive, then that's what it is. It's so that the people who are 30 years older can sit back and say, it's so nice to look at youth and see how optimistic they are about life.
Well, if that's your intention, then I completely misconstrued the
Well,
the
it's not my intention. It's just one of the possible motives that could come from it. But nonetheless, speaking of someone with ill motives, Gary McHenry is standing by, and I must go to him. The Bob Evans, huh?
Two reports now, and 2 times you've cut me. You've said mean, hateful, cutting things, Bob.
The Bob Evans, huh?
Bob Evans, tomorrow morning, big year, live
big
in
year.
person, in color.
Couple of sunny side ups there,
Billy, I sure hope so. We have traffic now along Sheldon.
I would say 70.
70. Why would you say 70?
I think people that are about 70, they're just older where they can't walk very well, and they start to get a lot of wrinkles.
Mm-hmm. How old are your parents?
Let's see, my mother is 41 and my father's 40.
Unbelievable. Haven't they already started to complain about, aches and pains and creaking bones and things like that?
Yes, they have. My dad always says, I don't feel like I'm 25 anymore.
And you want to give it another 30 years of that before you want to call it old?
Yeah, well, I think 70's old. My other grandmother's like 50 years old, and she still rides a bike, and she still swims. She's very active.
I'm really feeling old. What do you want to do with your life?
I want to become a lawyer.
Lawyer? Why?
I don't know. I like to defending the innocent.
Defending the innocent?
Mm-hmm. I like a good argument.
Okay. You listen to talk radio very much?
Yes, I do.
Why?
I just like to hear other people's opinions on the radio, and,
Okay. I thank you very much.
Okay.
Then thanks for being out there for me, okay?
All righty. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. One line open. It's in Hillsborough, 990-9352. Hi, Tampa. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hello.
Well, hello. How old are you?
I'm 20.
20. It's a good age, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it.
Better than 19, right?
Well, I don't know. I like each year as it comes.
Think it's, okay, you like each year as it comes. Do you think there's going to be a point where you're not going to be too happy about another year coming?
I'm sure eventually that'll happen.
What age do you think that might start to set in?
Probably about 39.
About 39. Think that life's pretty much over by 39.
No, it's not over until it's over.
Well, I know, but it's definitely downhill from that point. St. Petersburg, hi, St. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hi, Bob.
Hi, how old are you?
24.
24. Do you mind people asking how old you are yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, how old do you think you'll be before you start spitting back? It's none of your damn business.
What?
How old do you think you'll be before you start spitting back at them? It's none of your business. Don't ask me how old I am.
Oh, probably around 40.
Around 40.
Yeah.
I would assume from your saying around 40 that you assume that 40 is you might as well pack it in and just kind of sit around the cemetery gate waiting for your time. Huh?
No. I think 40 is a good age because you're finally established in life and you're no longer struggling.
Oh, naive young child. I love it. I'm 43. I only found out 2 years ago what I wanted to be when I grew up. And I'm serious.
Well, but, by the time you're 40, most people have a house and they have a good job. Well, some people, anyway. I hope to, anyway.
When I was 40, I was living in the recreation room, an apartment complex, and earning $18,000 a year working at WP. How much money do you think you'll make in your best year?
By myself?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a nurse. I'm an RN, so they don't make that much. I guess $35,000.
Okay. How many times do you think you'll be married in your lifetime?
1.
You know, it goes against all the statistics.
I know, but me and my husband have an excellent relationship.
Okay, how many children do you hope to have?
4.
4?
Mm-hmm.
Have any yet?
1.
1, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, why do you like SDI?
Well, we've got to have some defense. We've got to have something to keep us safe.
Okay. Give me an amount of money that you would want to have in the bank before you could sit back and say, I am rich, to hell with the world. How much money does it take to be rich?
I don't think you can't put a number on it. I think it'd be more when you have everything you want.
Well, for you, how much would that be?
I don't know. Probably about $1 million, maybe less, depending on how badly you want something, how much they cost.
Okay, last but certainly not least, do you consider yourself liberal, conservative, or middle of the road?
Middle of the road.
Middle of the roader. I thank you very much, my young friend.
Thank you.
Take care. A line open in Pinellas, 461-9352, 461-WFLA. Bradenton. Hi, Braid. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Fine.
How old are you?
23.
23. Do you mind people asking you how old you are yet?
No.
Do you think that the day will come when you do?
Probably not till about 50.
Not till about 50. My kind of girl. Do you go to church regularly?
No.
No, why not?
I just kind of feel that it's hypocritical. That so much of the system of religion in the church nowadays is half the people there don't know why they're there anyway.
Well, you do understand that at most churches it's basically the congregation that runs them, right?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I think it's a select few.
Well, isn't it possible, though, that select few comes out of the main body of the congregation?
Occasionally, I just haven't run into it yet.
And that maybe the best way to get rid of all the hypocrisy would be to become part of the church.
But I don't think I could change it.
Okay, well, I won't dwell on it. If you could only watch one of these 3 television shows, which one would it be? Masterpiece Theater, Alf, or Entertainment Tonight?
Alf.
Alf, what is it? What's this thing with Alf?
Masterpiece Theater and Entertainment Tonight are boring.
You found Upstairs, Downstairs boring?
I didn't watch it.
Oh. I mean, it's a great soap opera. Most of the Masterpiece Theater presentations are. They're just great soap opera with very elaborate sets and elaborate plots, and they're just great. What was President Harry Truman most famous for?
God, I don't know.
Okay, that's a fair answer. Last but not least, who's the woman that you most admire?
Margaret Thatcher.
Maggie, how come? The old Iron Princess there.
I think she's proven not only for women, not in an equal rights way, but proves that women can accomplish things, and she's proved that she's done a good job.
Okay.
I mean, she's been there a long time.
Do you listen to talk radio much, by the way?
All the time.
How come?
I kind of gives you an idea of what other people's opinions are.
I thank you very, very much.
Thanks. Bye.
Okay, call again, would you now?
I sure will.
All right, bye-bye. Well, there it is, Gary McHenry's song. Hey, Garrow, you're hearing all the foxes on the air this afternoon, huh?
Man, I'm telling you what. Bob, I had a great idea. I had a great idea. I was thinking that all the young ladies that you were talking to, and I don't like to demean women by, referring to them as foxes. I think that's a really demeaning term.
When did you change your mind on the WFLA's Bob Lassiter is looking for a few good homes to originate his show from in the weeks to come. If you'd like Bob to broadcast his show from your house, send us your name, address, phone number, age, and a snapshot of your living room to Lassiter in your living room. 970 WFLA Radio, 801 East Jackson, Tampa, 33602. If your house is chosen, you must agree to provide the Mad Dog with chocolate chip cookies and milk chilled to precisely 43 degrees Fahrenheit. In an emergency, Oreo cookies may be substituted.
This is an outrage. I mean, I've done everything I could possibly do for you people, but now I've got to go do a show in your living room?
Lassiter in your living room.
Miserable subhuman
from News Radio 970.
Credit, bad credit, slow credit, no credit. No, you see, Town & Country is in the business of putting together lenders and borrowers. That's what they do. It's a mortgage broker, a licensed mortgage broker. And I promise you that for virtually every case, there is a lender or there is a borrower. No upfront fees. Approval time, usually 24 to 48 hours in most cases. Like I said, good, bad, slow, or no credit. Town & Country Mortgage and Investment Corporation. So if you've had that dream of yours dashed on the rocks because of something that happened in the past, or maybe something that happened even in the relatively recent past, get in touch, if you would, please, with Town & Country Mortgage and Investment Corporation, 264-2648. They're located at 14502 North Dale Mabry Highway. Hi, Clearwater. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
How's it going?
It's going pretty good. How's it going with you?
Just great.
How old are you?
25.
25. Do you like being 25?
I love it. Life is just beginning.
Life is, my life didn't begin until I was actually 30. But I basically agree with you.
Uh-huh.
Most people 25. I was kind of a late bloomer, I suppose.
Join the club.
Wouldn't want to be 20 again.
Never.
30.
You
don't have much choice on that one.
I'm looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it. Oh, we got one of these blind optimists here, Mike. Let me ask you a question. Why are some people gay? Not heterosexual, I guess is even a better way of phrasing it.
Okay. Well, I guess that's what they want to be because they have certain affection for the same sex.
Is life treating you pretty good so far?
Wonderfully.
How old is old?
Let's see.
Hey, tell me what you really think.
What I really think?
Yeah, not what
I
the
know
old
that
geezers
I'll
out there
be
want to hear.
old when I can't remember where I left my hearing aid.
Oh, yeah, but you see, that can happen around 30. Yeah.
That's
you'd be surprised how fast you start breaking down.
Do you?
Oh, it's scary. I mean, it is really scary. I'm 43 years old, okay?
Uh-huh.
I have been in the absolute bloom of health all of my life, even though I abused myself unmercifully with, overeating and smoking and drugs and alcohol. I'm still one of these incredibly healthy people. Now I wake up in the morning at 43 with aches and pains, and I can't remember why I have them because I wasn't out throwing a frisbee or something. I just suddenly have aches and pains. My eyes, they've deteriorated in the last 2 years. It happens early. It's scary.
Well, maybe you should start an exercise program.
Mind your own business. Just answer the questions, young lady.
Okay.
Of the two, which is worse? Stepping on the flag or cheating on your taxes?
Stepping on the flag.
Stepping on the flag. Why would you say that?
Because everyone should have respect for their country and the flag, and I think it's vile that anyone would even think of doing such a thing. But cheating on your income taxes, hey, if you can find a loophole or a bit of red tape, it's no problem. Do it.
No, we're not talking about loopholes. Loopholes are legal, legalities here, and we're talking about cheating.
Cheating?
Cheating, yeah.
And knowing that you're doing it?
Yes, you're cheating, calculator.
Oh, well, I guess then in that case that they're equally bad.
Well, but you see, here's your problem. I'm holding a gun to your head. Yep.
Stepping on the flag.
Still going to stick with stepping on the flag. Okay. You from this area?
Yes.
Where else do you think you might like to live?
Let's see. No place else.
No place else. You're just as happy as you could possibly be.
I'm a happy little camper.
Okay. Your career's, going the way you wanted it to and all that kind of stuff?
Absolutely.
Don't think you're going to change careers now, do you?
No, not at any time soon.
Okay, I thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
You too. Take care. Have a great day. There's only one person I know that says that consistently, and I will not give him away. 990-9352 in Hillsborough. Standing by. Welcome back to the week-long blood. Michael is really the only one that knows that I started to talk before I opened my microphone, and he's looking at me very strangely. Lark, go. Lark, you're on the air at 970 WFLA. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How old are you?
I'm 22.
22. Are you pleased with being 22?
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, it's all right. That doesn't sound very strong. What age would you rather be?
Well, I'm pretty happy being 22.
Pretty happy being 22. But you could stand maybe 25.
25 wouldn't be bad.
Or 27.
I think I'll stay 22 right now.
27 and your knees start to shake just the mere mention of 5 short years from now? Do you have any idea how fast those years are going to go by now?
Yeah, they will.
I mean, all this time you've been waiting probably to turn 21, right? All of your life you waited to turn 21. It's already gone by, and the rest of the... If I were you, I would just basically pack up my things, go down to the home, and just wait for the maker to come and take you away.
I know. I'm feeling pretty feeble right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Which do you think would be better for the country, banning handguns or banning the Communist Party?
Banning handguns.
Get rid of the handguns, keep the commie party. Have you ever tried cocaine?
No, I haven't.
Has it ever been offered to you?
Yes, I have.
Recently?
Not for a few years.
Why do you think that is? Is it starting to disappear?
Well, among my group of friends, they just don't do it. And I
Why?
haven't.
Did you ever talk about it with your friends?
It's just not something they do. It's not, drugs isn't really anything they really care to do.
Okay. Tell me about your secret ambition. Nobody else is listening.
I would love to be able to sing for a band.
To sing for, like a rock and roll band?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you?
Oh, too shy.
Too shy?
Yeah, my singing ability isn't the best.
Well, you can work on that. You can take lessons.
I could. I should.
What kind of rock and roll songs would you like to sing? I mean, whose style?
Oh, well, I don't know if you've ever heard of the Cocteau Twins.
No, I lead a sheltered life. I just basically reading the Christian Science Monitor and the Wall Street Journal all the day.
I'll send you a tape.
Oh, okay. How much money do you think you'll ever make in 1 year's time?
Probably the average about $20,000 to $30,000.
Okay. All right. One more question.
Okay.
How many times do you think you'll be married?
Hopefully just one.
Just one.
Yeah. And I'm coming to see you on Friday. I can't wait.
Okay. Do you really think that it's possible at a relatively young age to make such a major decision that, you have to live with for 30, 40, 50 years? Do you think it's really possible to make it work the first time?
That's the right person. I think so.
I hope you're right.
Me too.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bob.
Bye-bye. 990-9352, 461-9352. The first number in Hillsborough County, that's the 990 WFLA. The second number in Pinellas, 461 WFLA. Lutz. Hi there, Lutz. You're on there at 970 WFLA.
Hello, Bob.
Hello, Lutz. How old are you?
I'm 25.
25. Do you like being 25?
No, not really.
Well, so what's the problem with being 25?
It's kind of like nothing to celebrate. You get to celebrate 18 and 21, and all you got looking forward to is getting old.
Well, what age would you rather be?
18, 19 was good.
You'd like to go back a little bit?
Sure.
And stick right there?
Yeah, it was nice. Those are good years.
How many times do you think you're going to be married?
Once.
Once?
Yeah.
Say that rather emphatically again.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm happily married now.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay. How many extramarital affairs do you expect to have in your lifetime?
Oh, none.
None?
None.
Boy, everybody's only going to get married once, and they're only going to have no affairs.
Well, the wife might be listening, too. You never know.
Which living American do you admire the most?
Huh?
Which living American do you admire the most?
American?
Yeah.
Jeez, that's a tough one.
You know,
it
Michael
used to be-
Serio, Charlie Davis, people like that.
Well, we used to have heroes, I guess.
You don't have any heroes?
I can't think of any really right offhand. Maybe Michael Warren.
Michael Warren, who's he?
He's the guy that produces Saturday Night Live.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, Michael
Yeah,
Warren.
he makes fun of things. He makes life humorous.
Of the following, which is the immoral act? A wet willy contest in a bar? Or flirting with a married woman at the office?
Jeez.
Which one's worse?
Flirting with that married woman.
Flirting with a married...
Has to be.
Last question. What was President Eisenhower most famous for?
Being president.
Being president.
That makes sense, I guess, yeah.
Okay, I thank you very much, my
Okay,
young
Bob.
friend. Be good. A line open in Hillsborough, 990-9352, 990-WFLA. Tampa, hi, Tampa, you're on the air.
Hi.
Hi, you ready?
Yeah.
What are you ready for?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. How old are you?
15.
15. Do you like being 15?
No.
Why not?
Because of my age, I know too many ignorant and uneducated people.
Uh-huh. Okay. Think that's going to change as you get older?
Probably not, but I might have a better chance to meet some more interesting people.
Okay. Let me start you off with a positive, negative. I'm going to read a list of 5 things. You tell me if you respond to them basically positive or negative on your first impression, okay?
Okay.
The ERA.
Negative.
Negative. Affirmative action.
Negative.
Negatory. Minimum wage.
Negative.
The Contras.
Positive.
And SDI.
Positive.
Why are you positive on the Contras, just out of curiosity?
I think what they're doing is a good thing, and I don't trust Ortega in Nicaragua. I think he's a liar, and I don't think he'll produce democracy down there.
Well, you do appreciate that virtually all the presidents in your lifetime have lied to the American people. Significant lies.
Oh, yeah.
But that's okay.
No, but they're going to get away with it anyway.
Well, then, should they be militarily ousted from office as you would have Ortega ousted?
Well, they don't have death squads, and they don't...
Death squads aren't in Nicaragua. That's
and they don't... Well,
Salvador.
in Central America, basically. And they don't have as much of a problem line. I mean, Ortega, he does it to advance his own purposes, whereas the presidents lie to advance the American people, usually.
Well, wait a second. How could you possibly have to lie to do something good?
When the people that work under you don't agree with you, like the Congress, they wouldn't.
Whoa, sir,
the Congress.
My dear young man, the Congress does not work under the president. The Congress, Congress is an equal branch of government.
If the president doesn't get what he wants, he can veto. He can veto anything the Congress, unless the Congress gives a 2/3 vote, he can veto it and get ahead anyway.
How much money does it take to be rich?
$100 million.
$100 million. Anything else here? Just an also ran. Last one. Are you liberal, conservative, or middle of the road?
Liberal.
Liberal. Okay. I thank you very much.
Thank you.
Be good. One line available. It is in Hillsborough County. The number, which you should know by now, we'll have a test on this a little later on. 990-9352. 990-WFLA. Speaking of WFLA, Don Richards standing by with the WFLA News Brief. Don?
A jury in Hillsborough County has to decide in the morning whether Michael Crump will get life or...
We're at 970 WFLA.
Hello.
Hello there, Tampa. How old are you?
23.
23. Are you happy with being 23?
Very much so.
Very much so. Don't want to be 24.
I'm taking it easy. I'm going along with the flow. It's working out fine.
Don't want to go back to being 18.
No.
No.
18 was...
What was the matter with 18?
18 was horrible.
Horrible? Why?
Getting no respect from anyone.
No respect for even as a female at 18? I thought 18-year-olds.
Oh, that's even worse.
Respect.
That's even worse.
Okay. Well, so how old's old?
70.
Oh, come on. Yeah, there's got to be something.
Well,
something where where you personally.
I work with geriatrics, and most of the geriatrics I work with are 80 and 80 plus.
Mm-hmm.
And so you know, between 70 and 80, I think things start to deteriorate real fast.
Jeez, I thought it was between like 40 and 45. Do you go to church regularly?
No.
How come?
Don't believe in it.
Okay. If you could only watch one television show, which one would it be between these three? Masterpiece Theater, Alf, which is, of course, Michael's favorite, and Entertainment Tonight.
Alf.
Alf, hands down. No one has said anything else. I don't understand. What was President Truman most famous for?
Being our president.
Okay. Last but certainly not least, the woman whom you admire the most.
Cher.
Cher, how come?
I just like her.
Yeah, just like her.
She's
anybody as old as Cher.
She's got a lot of nerve.
A lot of nerve. Well, yes, I suppose. And basically, I guess what it would boil down to is anybody as old as Cher, you know, who still looks, you know, kind of okay.
She's not old.
She's in her 40s. She's as old as I am.
My mother's only 42.
Well, you see, Cher's as old as your mother and me.
My mother's not old.
Huh.
My mother would slap me if I told her she was old.
Oh, I appreciate that, you know, but that's why, you know, you're talking with me on the phone and Mom's not here, so you can speak freely.
Really, that's not...
42,
well,
I mean,
okay, I'll tell you what. My father-in-law is 57, and he's getting old. 50. But that's because he's overweight and everything else, and he's bad health.
57's pretty old.
So, see, you can be old early, I guess.
I thank you very much.
All right.
I think I've just aged quite a bit. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, line open in Hillsborough. Off it is now to... Waiting for the magical fingers of Michael Serio to... Off to Tampa. Hi, Tampa. You're on there at 970 WFLA.
Hi, how you doing, Bob?
Doing fine. How are you?
Hanging in there.
How old are you?
I am 20 years old.
20 years old. Do you like being 20 years old?
I love it.
You do?
Yeah.
What do you like about being 20?
Just as long as I'm alive, I'm happy, I guess.
Well, that's, you know, that's the kind of stuff you say when you're 40.
Well, I feel you never get old.
Huh.
It's a mental thing.
Yeah. Why are some people gay?
That's a good question. I think it's just the way they're brought up. I think like society and just the way things are have a lot to do with it.
Okay. Of the two that I'm about to read to you, which is worse? Stepping on the flag or cheating on your taxes?
I would have to say stepping on the flag.
Why would you say that?
Well, because the flag symbolizes our country and patriotism, and I just feel that it's more important to me personally.
Mm-hmm. So it wouldn't be as bad to cheat on your taxes?
Nah.
Which would do the most good for the country, banning handguns or banning the Communist Party?
I would have to say banning the Communist Party.
Okay. Have you ever tried cocaine?
Once.
Okay. I thank you very much, my young friend.
Okay.
Be good.
You too.
I thank all of you. All of you who got through, all of you who didn't get through, all of you who stuck around, all of you who just dropped in. I just in a very thankful mood tonight. Thank you, Michael Serio. Hey, Gary McHenry, if you're still listening, thank you. Have a good breakfast tomorrow out at Bob Evans. By the way, Ted Webb doing a very special live broadcast right here from the radio station tonight.